Welcome everyone to Saturday Evening Chats, episode 72. So, we're 4 hours late of getting this party started. Tonight we have Mr. NY Outcast. Welcome, Rob D.
Hello. Sorry, phone flipped and didn't want to touch it till it oriented. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us. Everybody decides to hang out here instead of all the other places tonight or catching it on a replay. Sure, G23 appreciates it either way.
Yeah. So, we also have the co-host extraordinaire, Mr. DM Foss, who's played hooky the last couple weeks.
Good evening.
So, Mr. G Webs was the first one out in the panel tonight, followed by Mike, 223 DMR, Gunpowder Beauty, Gizzard Gary, Georgia Trapping and Fishing, Artac and Daughters, and Carolina EDC. And Artac said, did you send me a link? And yes, I did.
Now, does G-Webs actually count?
Did you send me a link?
I'm just asking because, kind of seems part cyborg to me. And he's probably on 5 chats right now.
Well, that's what happens when you got 26 different screens.
Yeah, I guess it still counts.
And last but not least, Mr. Artac and Daughters.
Hey.
So you at work?
What's up, man?
No. I might have the COVID.
Ooh. You got the Ro. You got the Roro?
I might have the Roro or the Wuhan.
Right.
I don't know.
How you feeling?
I feel just body aches, hot and cold flashes, like I'm going through menopause.
I was gonna say it sounds like it's that time of the month.
Well, that could be it.
Now, are you sure the daughter didn't poison you for any reason?
No.
Well, you should verify that.
Are you sure there's not a new life insurance policy that you don't know about?
That's a possibility because I have been pretty ornery here this week.
Okay, well, just double checking.
Make sure they taste the food first.
So, Mr. Defense Dad says he didn't think we were going to be going live tonight. Honestly, I didn't think we were going to be going live either because I was out house hunting and then we stopped and picked up dinner and had a couple beers. So.
And then the lady kicked you out of the house.
And then the lady kicked me out of the house. And Rob was crying over on Night Strikes chat, saying that he needed to have this live stream go. So I was like, okay, fine.
Okay.
No. Okay, maybe it didn't exactly happen that way, but it was still worth giving him a bad time.
You can blame it on me. I'm used to it. Fine. I'll send you the bill.
I don't know. We blame Yorkers for enough. I guess maybe we should blame somebody else on the East Coast. Okay.
Hi, guys.
What's going on?
Hey.
Nothing much.
Howdy.
Hi. No, I don't.
Just make sure you put a mask on so you don't infect us,
Okay, it's not my fault you're sick.
Yes, it is.
It's whoever gave it to me at school on Wednesday.
mass people will believe that would work.
Hey, Rob. Misha N has a question for you.
Ow.
Oh man, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me.
Oh,
It's had too much, man. Well, I'll be honest. I try to watch Scotsman's. Let's see, that JH. I can't remember the numbers now, but I keep an eye on a lot of that. Yeah, keep an eye on a lot of that stuff. So that pretty much hits my limit on the reloading, to be honest. So I don't have anything against it, but it's just, I don't know, maybe something's wrong with me. I just hit a limit. So my apologies, everybody.
So Tori, are you still there?
Yeah.
Carolina EDC says, how did JROTC camp go?
It went great. It was fun.
Soccer.
How did putting up with your stalker go?
He wasn't there for camp, and me and him aren't even in the same class.
So you took sick call on the first day, huh?
He didn't show up at all. He couldn't.
Wow.
Why wasn't he able to show up?
His mom's car was going bad.
Uh,
Transmission.
well, he could have walked.
He lives too far away from the high school.
Oh,
Yeah,
could have biked.
Here in Tennessee, if you live within 2 miles of the school, you can walk. That's the way I look at it.
And I agree with that. They don't need a friggin' when I went to school, you had designated bus stops, and they weren't every 5 fucking feet.
Mine's not.
How far away does this kid live from school? Just out of curiosity.
That I don't know. I know it's further than 2 miles.
Good answer. Good answer.
So, Defense Dad says, I just opened my VersaCarry holster, and they have a pamphlet that says, if you post a YouTube review, you get 50% off your next one. It's like they knew.
They make some pretty damn good holsters. They sell them there at American Defense, and that's the primary holster that he sells there. He's got some other ones, the sticky holsters, which I think are useless, and some NB8. Is that what they're called? I got the sticker over there. Yeah. N8. Huh? What does it say? I can't see it.
The green one?
No, above NDZ.
N82 tactical.
N8.
English. N82 tactical.
Oh, so those are the ones he sells there. He thought about getting into Kydex holsters, and he hadn't asked me. One of the other guys told me, and I was like,
Somebody said when I was a kid, I walked up 5 miles up
both hills in the
up
snow
hills
with no
both
shoes.
ways in the snow. And some of the town kids drove tractors to school.
But yeah, he didn't ask me my opinion because I told him, I said, well, you're not going to be able to sell them for $25 like they do on eBay. So you're going to try to sell them for $50 or something like that. And you're going to be, and then you got to get all that startup costs with the Kydex and all the different attachments and the machine to do it. And then you sure the hell don't want to use a new gun and to make a, you want to get some type of airsoft gun maybe, or a BB gun, or
Blue guns.
Blue guns, yeah, and use those as a to make it. And he sells Kydex holsters there too, the ones that fit 100 different guns, and those things are pretty neat.
Oh, it's like the universals.
Yeah,
Somebody said, who buys holsters?
God, I got a whole damn locker full of holsters.
Universals are always kind of hinky to me. I think they're all right if you're handing it to somebody to take a class or something, but I don't know. As cheap as I am, I say you should get a dedicated holster for your firearm. It just holds better.
I can see that, but some of them, like the ones that he's got, I don't remember the brand of it. Every time we put a gun in it, I mean, I shook the shit out of it and fell out. So
It's probably Blackhawk. They're omnivore.
no, it's not Blackhawk. He does sell some Blackhawk, but they're all level 3 tactical. With the retention holster, they're all like for cops and super hua tactical people.
Yeah. But Carolina EDC has a review on one of those like omnivore or omni holsters that I think it's Blackhawk or one of those that does the holster that does like 250 different guns.
Right. I got Uncle Mike's retention holster for my Beretta and my
That's New York Outcast.
Yeah, in my Taurus PT92. I was impressed with that thing. It even fits my CZ pistol.
So, Rob, were you just showing the coronavirus?
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
Hey, man. You get a deal on that stuff now because everybody's scared. So, yeah. Hey. I seen the question on favorite, so I wouldn't say Corona's my favorite. It's just what I've been drinking lately. So when I drink beer, because I'm not really a beer fan, but
Do you put
like
lime in it?
Rolling Rock. I do sometimes.
You got to put lime in the Corona.
Somebody says Rob has the coronavirus.
And Rolling Rock I like because it's kind of doesn't taste like beer as much. I don't know, a little watery.
It's kind of cheap.
And that Blue Moon wasn't too bad.
Yep.
But I've only drank that a couple times.
Now with Blue Moon, you got to put a slice of orange with it.
Yeah, they put something with it. I don't remember.
It's a slice of orange.
All right, let's go way back. Little Kings.
Wait, no wonder Rob's so uptight. He drinks the equivalent of wine cooler.
Oh.
Son of a. Hey, normally I don't even drink that crap. That's when I got to take it slow,
Oh, yep.
Man.
Well, you just got that was like New Amsterdam. Is that vodka or is that the vodka or is it the?
And I got some Captain over there too. Some Captain.
Have you tried their New Amsterdam gin?
More Captain.
Jose Cuervo.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff. Do have a crap load of wine, but that's because I don't drink it.
The only alcohol I got in the house is I got a small little bottle of Southern Comfort.
So, Rougarou says, so there is a chat tonight. I was worried the AFT had gotten you.
Rob says, I barely even drank, then proceeds to show us the bar.
I'm serious. I barely drink. Well, I've drank, I say that, but I've drank a lot more since I've been bullshitting with you guys on YouTube. That means anything.
Is that supposed to hurt your feelings?
You can take it how you like. I mean, not you, but the others, these guys.
Mike,
what I mean?
Mike says it looks like White Claw.
Oh, some Taliban Brenda Hera.
Somebody said Rob is an alcoholic.
The official drink of the Taliban.
So we got CB out there.
At first, I thought we were
drinking Folgers as we speak.
Okay, I'm not even going to read that.
Oh my god. That last one.
Rob spits, not swallows. The alcohol. So Rob's a spitter.
Oh man! Whoa.
Done.
Uh,
I was raised with a dirty mindset. I can't handle that. Nope.
okay, get the fuck out of my room.
I'll be back later, guys.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
Catch you later. Well,
Oh,
damn, we didn't get to hear about the ROTCs. Like, did they bring her muscle failure or anything? She get kicked in the crotch or anything good or what?
They Friday they fucking had them outside in the heat for like 2 hours, pushing them as far as they could legally without trying to kill them. She come in Friday from school at about 3:30, and by 4:00 she was out for the next 4 hours.
so Misha says, to be fair, Rob, your friends are mean friends. Don't let friends drink vodka.
Vodka is good.
Yeah, she might have a point.
At least, how about this? How about cheap vodka? Don't let friends drink cheap vodka.
Oh, Grey Goose, chilled Grey Goose is smooth.
I personally like Finlander.
Actually, that New Amsterdam, even though it is cheap stuff, it's not. It doesn't taste like cheap crap.
Tell you what to avoid is this Don Q stuff. Oh my goodness, that stuff was horrible.
It
Like,
looks
not horrible,
nasty.
but I had a bad night with that stuff, boy. Oof.
So I'm gonna welcome Mr. Pat Hirsch to the show for the first time.
Well, thank you very much, G23. How's everybody doing tonight? Sorry I'm a little bit late, but I was doing some driving lessons with a bunch of girls, so it was definitely interesting.
How many times did they hit the tree?
0, and actually everybody kept it right in the middle of the road.
Of the road?
Yeah, so it was a great night, and if they would have destroyed anything, I wouldn't have been out much because it was an old beater, and that's what I was going to give them.
Yeah, that's right. We started way late tonight anyways. Normally it would have been 3 Pacific, so like what, 5 Central?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
It's 10 a damn clock here. 10:20. What's wrong with you people? No wonder why you're late.
That's right. They're on that left coast
Sorry,
time.
Rob. I'm sorry.
it's 7:20.
You're being docked.
I guess the question on, something I want to talk about. I don't know if you plan on talking about the Russian ammo ban. You plan on talking about that?
We can talk about whatever everybody wants to talk about.
Okay. Well,
Stop reloading.
I just
Yep, I'm with you, Pat.
I just scored 500 rounds of 7.62 by 39 for $205.
You got ripped off.
No, I don't think I did.
I
He
can
bought
pick.
it.
I
He
can
bought
pick-
them. I know he bought them. You ain't gonna find nothing now. He bought them for $8.15 a box, and he sold it to me at cost.
I'm kind of curious with the exactly how the ban is going to work. Is it just coming from Russia? Is it if it's a Russian company, but they're shipping it from like the Ukraine?
Loophole. There's no loophole like that. I've read it, and sorry to cut you off, but I've read it, and the way it's no more after September 7th, there'll be no more license for importers. I think it's an 06. They will not renew them, and they stop them all. It's just like the Chinese ban about 20 years ago when it stopped importing all the Chinese rifles and ammo. So, in the way they got it written, it's got it over because Putin supposedly, poison that guy, which he probably did in Britain. And then that's the way he used it. Basically, they'll that's what the left is saying. They're using it to that. They're going to, punish the Russian government for that. And we all know that sanctions don't punish the country; it punishes the people. That's why.
Okay.
That's why it never works.
So, 1,000 rounds of Tula ammo
Mm-hmm.
and a food pack is $540, $550.
Put it in the cart, go to the checkout, and is it still there?
You better take it. If it's still there, you better get it now, because you said 1,000 rounds, right? $550. I bought 500 rounds for $205.
Yeah, right now they're selling 500 for $285. So yeah, it's gone up. This was last night. It was 45 cents a round. Now it's like 50, 55 cents a round.
Carolina, that was at the Gunworks that I do videos for here in town, where I got the ammo from. Last night when I was sitting at work and coughing my damn head off and hopefully giving everybody at Amazon COVID, if I haven't, I don't know if I have it or not, or at least strep throat. I ordered from Global Ordnance. I ordered 1,000 rounds of Red Armory Standard, and they had brass case 7.62 by 39, like 430 rounds for $10 a box. So I snagged both of those. But yeah,
Okay. I'll put it this way, fellas. I've been on Ammo Seek, I've been on Ammunition Depot, I've been on Southern Munitions, and just putting this out there from what I've seen on the 9mm, just the 9mm by itself, I've still seen it where they were advertising it for 36, 38 cents a round on the steel case Tula or the Wolf, whatever you want to call it. They've still got it in stock. Yet they still say they're not running out of it yet, but I have a feeling that that's going to come to a close pretty soon, because I've already ordered some too myself, just for blinking stuff.
Because you got to think about this: the Russian ammo market in the U.S. Think about it; it's 40% of all ammo sold in the U.S. That's almost half. And we're talking about 223, 308, 9mm Makarov, 7.62 by 39, 5.45 by 7.62 by 54 rim. There's a whole of 6.5 Grendel, 300 Blackout that they make, the 9mm, 40, 45. Ammo is going to get stupid real quick after, I say, by September 7th, because they can't import no more after that. So it has to be here in the country by the 7th.
What were you going to say, Rob?
I was just going to say I'm kind of shocked there's that much of a market, especially for the 9mm. As cheap as I am, I've only bought a few boxes of that ever, in a sense, and that's just to run through to see if it works. Same with the aluminum. I tried that, make sure everything runs, but I almost see brass as like a bottle deposit. I don't even reload yet, but I've always collected my brass because I'm cheap. So, it could be a trade item, a barter item, it could be a scrap item, it could be a reload item. To me, I just hate, I don't know, I guess maybe if you were going somewhere to shoot in a field and you can't pick up your brass and things like that, it might make more sense. But I'm shocked that many people,
well, think about
are that concerned on the cost with 9mm in a sense. So,
how many rounds do you go shoot when you go to the range?
Depends. Lately, a couple hundred.
Before the pandemic,
if that could be 5, 7, but it's across different calibers.
Right.
And
So-
it depends if it's just me and, it depends how many people are going too. So, because
Right, exactly.
kids get in on it and everything.
Yeah, pre-pandemic, it wasn't nothing for me to shoot 500 rounds of multiple calibers because you was buying it so cheap, so you can have a good, go out there and spend the day and have a good time and shoot cheap ammo. I mean, you gotta remember, before the pandemic, steel case 9mm was like $6.99 or $7.99 a box. They couldn't give it.
I don't know. I barely ever bought it. I really don't know, but yeah. I don't know. I can see it being a hit, but I mean, I don't know. I'm the poor bastard driving an antique vehicle. I figure all you guys, nice cars, buying expensive guns, you would expect to pay money for ammo. I don't know.
No, that's how,
That's how we afford
being a
the
cheap
nice car.
bastard now,
that's
That's how we
I don't
afford
know.
the nice car, is being the
Okay.
cheap bastards on the ammo.
right, exactly.
I mean, if you shoot 7.62 by 39, especially
Well, that I get for like an AK or something, but when it comes to 9mm, I mean, as far as ammo costs, it's already fairly cheap. That's why I use it. I wanted to read, you know what I mean? So, obviously, steel's cheaper, but I don't know. It just kind of boggles me, and I guess I'm happy to know that I'm not as cheap as everybody makes it out to be.
Oh no, you're cheaper than the rest of us. There's no doubt because you're driving that ancient damn Guinea Goo Goo mobile.
Hey,
Well, no, I'll put him up against me. I have a 1981, the same year I was born, 1981 Buick Century. I got it with 140,000 miles on it. It now has 237,000 miles on it. Still running. I'm teaching my kids on it. And it doesn't owe me a damn thing. So if it blows up, grenades, whatever. But no, I'm still pretty cheap too.
yeah, but how much did you pay for it?
New York Outcast.
How much did you pay for it?
$200.
Yeah, I have
you got a car for less than ammo. Shit.
Yeah, and it was sight unseen. Me and my boss pulled it back to his shop, and he goes, if that damn thing, he says, it's yours for $200. I put a battery in it. I put a little bit of gas down its throat. It lit right up, and he goes, damn, I knew I should have sold it for more than that. I sucked the gas out of the tank, changed the oil on it, and I've been running it ever since.
I have a 97 Nissan Pathfinder. I picked it up with 103,000 miles on it. It's got 296,000 miles on it. And I paid $700 for it.
It's a Nissan, not Nissan. It's
And you
Nissan.
quit it. You just threw it away for your new one.
I still drive
See
it.
that loyalty? I hope your wife ain't listening. Yeah. You just trade it in for something new.
I didn't trade it in. I still have it. I still own it. I still drive it. Matter of fact, we had it out. We had it out driving yesterday, woman. Yeah, it was yesterday. We were out driving it.
Sure. Probably took it on a garbage run or something. No respect.
Yeah, the only reason why we're not driving it like more often is because it gets 16 miles to the gallon. The new car gets 32. So there you go, cheap bastard. I need I need the gas mileage, especially when gas mileage gas price is like $4 a fucking gallon.
It's $2.59 here.
$4 a gallon. Wow.
$2.94 right here in the Midwest.
It's $3.59.
You can technically round that to 3, but that's kind of pushing.
No, because if you remember
I
back
round
in
it
grade
to 4.
school,
Sorry, you
Yep.
can technically round it to 4, but it's still kind of pushing.
no, because if you remember back in grade school,
I remember, but you're just over by like 10%, or if you look at it that way, it would be 20%. So therefore, it's not. Yes, technically you can round it to that, but it's like
It
saying
It doesn't matter.
5'9", 6 foot. It's not really.
He'll never recover the financial loss when buying a new car.
so you're wrong.
Yeah, I'm right.
No, because
for 16 years. You'll never
now.
You keep the car until
You
you
can't
die.
tell him. He's a Glock guy. He likes
No.
his shiny shit.
No, if you think about it, right now, used cars inflation value
your boots on.
has gone up 47.8%.
That's because of the microchip shortage.
So I bought the car at $15,000. I can turn around and I can sell it right now for $21,500. So I could make $6,000.
Why aren't you doing it then? That's
Do it.
$6,000.
Exactly.
That's $6,000 to the good. Dude, you're stupid if you don't do it. Then you go buy another one.
Well.
Yeah, I could turn around and sell my old fucking Buick that's worth junk price, and I could probably sell it for $1,000 right now.
Right? I'm just saying.
No, it's still a Buick, man. Sorry, but it's still a Buick.
Ain't nothing wrong with that Buick.
Yep, exactly. I will
Ain't nothing wrong with any
God.
General Motors car. Up to a certain year.
I got nothing but complaints on Buicks. No, I've had people give me straight up meet me at the gas station, hand me the keys and title, and just say they don't want the damn thing. And I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with this?
So how many?
I had to gut it right there and tow it to the scrapyard. Whole front end was like rusted out. Shock tower blew through the hood.
Okay,
And then my lady,
where are you at?
she cannot drive without a Buick running into her. You goddamn Buick owners, you can't look over your shoulder. You can't use a blinker. You just love running in the back of my goddamn truck. Thankfully, it's a Chevy, and you can't tell it's been whacked by 4 Buicks that all had to be towed, and my truck drove away just fine. Coincidentally, all with my lady, and I kind of argued about that, but she didn't get tickets, and supposedly it ain't her fault, but 4 accidents, all Buicks. Something's up with those Buick drivers, man.
That's because usually Buicks are marketed to old people. GM
I believe that.
GM had a cradle to grave mentality. You started out originally in a Chevrolet, and then you would go to a Pontiac, then you would go to a Buick, then you'd move up to an Oldsmobile, and then by the time you're ready to die, you're in a Cadillac. That's the way they used to market the cars. For decades, they did that. And then
Space Texan says if China takes Taiwan, there will be a permanent microchip shortage.
Lord forbid. Everybody's got to go back to getting off their ass and doing things the old way. Be such a tragedy.
I miss my 69 Dodge pickup where you could friggin' sit on the wheel well and work on the damn motor. I mean, and be comfortable. There was a friggin' enough room underneath there that my big ass could get underneath the hood of it.
Well, that's why it got like 3 miles to the gallon, too, because it was a land yacht.
It got friggin'.
Get it right. It was 8 miles to the gallon. Come on.
It got 8. It got 8 to 10.
Yep. Exactly.
Going downhill with the wind pushing.
It was carbureted. I'll give you that. It was anywhere between 8 and 10, but I will say one thing. That old Buick with the 3.8 that I've got to this day will still get 20 miles to the gallon, even though she's just about had it. She's using a little bit of oil and everything. But for a full-size car with a V6 with 237,000 miles on it, that's not bad.
Yeah, the 69 Dodge had a 10-gallon gas tank that was behind the bench seat inside the cab of the truck. And people that worked at the gas stations hated it because it didn't have the auto stop like everybody else, and they're newer. And I'd tell everybody, listen for when the car starts to gurgle, because if it starts to gurgle, you better stop the pump. And people would not listen, and then they'd be wearing gasoline.
Oh, that's
Like,
right. You live in Oregon. They have to pump your gas for you because
I don't live in a third world country where I have to get out of my car on a hot day.
It's not third world. That's what I'm talking about, you lazy son of a bitch.
Thank you,
Oregon,
Rob.
the majority of Oregonites can't pump their own gas because they're too retarded.
Hey, I grew up in Washington. I know how to pump my own gas. But I've gotten to the age where, you know what? I like to be able to drive up to the gas station, hand the friggin' card out the window, and say fill regular.
I've had to show
Trustworthy.
I've had to show people from Oregon how to pump their gas when I've run into them at the gas station.
Or do they just pretend that so that other people will pump their gas for them?
I didn't pump it for them. I showed them how to do it and let them do it. But honest to God, I've had, I think, 3 people from Oregon at the gas station ask me how to pump the gas.
That's sad.
It kind of makes sense. Like if you think of those videos that pop up where there's always the lady trying to reach around the wrong side of the car and skirt, and she's getting gas everywhere, hitting the wrong buttons, doesn't know what the hell she's doing. I'm sure you guys have seen those videos or come across them, but those are probably people from Michigan or Oregon, wherever.
Yeah, you're probably right. They're definitely Michigonians.
You know what I mean? They probably are. They don't, you know. That's just sad, though. You know what I mean? It's sad. That or Jersey, I guess, but it's a damn shame. It's like those TPI sensors. If you ain't smart enough to know your tire's flat, you probably shouldn't be driving, in my opinion.
Do you know why? 75. Do you know why those sensors were mandated federally?
No.
Remember when all the Ford Rangers were flipping on the damn highway?
Oh, the damn Ford and Firestone, huh? Those bastards.
Yep, that's why. Because Ford put the cheapest damn Firestone tires on there, and the sidewalls weren't strong enough. And I worked at a Mercury dealership, and we did cross warranty. I don't know how, for about like a year and a half, all I did was tires. And 8-9 trucks every damn day putting tires on them because of that
damn shame.
It recalled.
It costs people a lot of money in New York. I know all states are different, but if you got one out in New York, no inspection for you. And basically almost anything, no inspection. So it's pretty crazy. You know, obviously they're not a lot, but you got to get them programmed and everything. And, you know, it turns out to be a damn hassle when really all you got to do is just look at your damn tire. I mean, is it so hard? Nobody checks their tires. Like, I wouldn't trust a gauge any damn, or, you know, it's a computer anyway. Kind of just blows my mind, but that just goes to show what society's coming to in a sense. The fact that 13 or 17% of cars come with a spare now. That's about it. I think it is. It's something like that, or under 30% now come with spare. The rest come with like a can of Fix-A-Flat and an AA card or something. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't want to not have a spare, or my kid to not have a spare. I mean, just imagine driving home from college, get a flat tire, you pull over somewhere, you're unfamiliar with the area. You gotta, I mean, you know, nowadays could be a handsome young man that could get attacked on the side of the road, let alone a female. And now you're going to sit there and wait for how many hours for the tow service to show up? I mean, I'm sure you guys have called these things. Sometimes it's quick. Sometimes you can sit there for 3-4 hours on the side of the damn road. And then, you know, who's to say who the hell this guy is in the middle of the night showing up? I'd much rather my daughter was able to handle that tire within 20 minutes and be on the road than have to depend on a second, third party, somebody answer your phone, please. That's just setting your kid up to fail, in my opinion.
Exactly. And I'll put a little nuance on that one, Rob. I got a 2018 Dodge King Cab with the 4-door short box and everything underneath of it. I was literally going to get new tires on the truck, on the front side of it, because the back one's good. I was trying to rotate them as much as the guy could and had one blow out. I went to go get the first, literally dropped the spare out from underneath, but you know, you got to do the rotate and the thing from behind there, lower the spare down. And what the fuck do I find? I'm rolling on 20s with this Dodge, right? Rolling on 20s.
We find like a 16-inch donut.
I drop a 17 that's not even the same height. Not even close. From an old Dodge from fucking 2009 or 2010. Like, good God, what the fuck were they thinking? Anyway.
There's two reasons why they do that.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're trying to get used up all the tires and rims from the previous generations and everything. Anyway,
No, they do it. They do
And
it
I
for
roll
gas
out.
mileage, and they do it for weight savings. So the lighter the
weight
vehicle,
saving space, gas mileage.
right, exactly. The lighter it is, more they can get that 1/10 more in gas mileage,
So I always
and it's
tell
cheaper.
everybody, if you get a new car or a new car to you, make sure you got a good jack. Not, preferably not one of them scissor jacks, because on an angled ramp, they get iffy for people that don't know what the hell they're doing.
Yep.
And a spare, like, go to the junkyard or something. Go get a real freaking tire, like, because you get stuck with, depending on one of them rubber donuts in the rain or snow or whatever, they lock right up. Even if you got anti-lock, those tires will lock right the hell up on you. And the next thing you know, you're like I don't know, almost like skiing on the front end in a sense. And it is not cool. So, I mean, I've been there, done that. It ain't worth it. Thankfully, I spun out in my mom's yard, not somebody else's, just lightly applying the brake. Wrong place, wrong time, that could get somebody killed. So don't cheap out. Get a real damn tire in there and check it.
So Walter Davis says hello to Rob, DM, Pat, Artax, Space, Tupperware, MKJO, Pat, Misha, Gabriel, Ozzy. So he said Pat
Hello,
twice.
Walter.
That's all right. Well, thanks for coming in, Walter. Appreciate it.
So Space Texan says, my sister was impressed by the hidden weapon compartment in the trunk in a movie. The hidden compartment was the spare tire spot.
Yeah, I read that. That's funny. It's sad, but it's funny. That's something.
So Makojo's out there. Men of Tupperware, Space Texan, Walter Davis, Misha N, M. Gabriel, Ozzy Osbourne, or Orsborn, did it again, Defense Dad.
Well, I know you're going to be biased, but what do you guys think of that new M&P 12?
I think it's a piece of shit.
I think it's a ripoff of a Caltech KSG.
Yep. Nobody
I didn't look
wanted
at
that. Nobody wanted that. I don't know who the hell was asking for that when you can get a Caltech or one of the other 300 million different Turkish shotguns like that.
DP-12.
That was a big swing and a miss, and I like Smith & Wesson. What I wanted was an M&P 10 millimeter.
Rob's like, I'm out of here. Screw this. This is the second time this week my friggin' Smith & Wesson has been dissed on. He's like, screw this. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I was going to show Rob.
Yeah,
my
I was
new
just
M&P,
interested. So
but I left it downstairs.
Yeah, I tagged Rob in a meme on Instagram, and he got so butthurt about it, he had to go and alter it and send it back to me.
I just fixed it. It's much better. It's the way it should have been.
Oh,
I mean, I don't like bullpups to begin with. And I was like, okay, it's an M&P or shotgun. I'll give it a try if I ever get my hands on one. I like some of the features that it has on it, and then I saw the MSRP on it. For $1,600, I can buy me a Beretta shotgun.
1,600.
That's what I thought it was, or was it $1,200?
I thought it was supposed to be comparable to the KSG, right around the same range.
KSG is
That's
like
what I was-
$1,000, I think.
I thought that was down to like eight and change.
I'm sorry, it's $1,165.
Jumped up because of the COVID stuff or whatever stuff
Well,
going on. But,
Smith & Wesson has it at $1,165.
okay. I was just curious. I don't have an opinion yet. I haven't watched a single video. I only know what I've heard from people. Did hear there is some, what can be seen as advantages over the KSG, and apparently it doesn't flex like the KSG.
that's
But
because
this is all
the only-
hearsay. And
the only
stuff,
good thing
so I don't
about
know.
it, the only thing good about it is that it's made out of metal. That's the only thing good about it. Everything
Well,
else they
that's
just
why.
stole. They just stole out from KSG.
I look for them to do a lawsuit over that.
I
It's
mean,
not like
Metal. Metal's more rugged. I mean, in a sense, obviously heavier, but if it is a home defense gun, if that's how they market it, I mean, there is a good chance you're gonna, possibly be beating somebody in the face with it at some point, coming around a corner or this or that. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's 2 pounds
Yeah, like
heavier
that.
than a KSG.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just stating. I don't know.
$400 more.
What about KSG's
$165
warranties?
versus $300.
Lifetime.
Was lifetime? Okay.
Never had a problem with them.
And
I had to
And-
send my sub 2000 back for a new barrel.
so, along with what KSG also does, the Keltec, with any of theirs. So, if you say you buy a Gen 1 and then Gen 2 comes out and they've changed some stuff to make it function better or whatever, you can send your gun in and they will upgrade it to the Gen 2 or the Gen 3 or the Gen 26 parts for free.
You can't beat that. I didn't know they did that.
That's cool.
See, they had a recall on their
Hopefully we'll
barrels.
get a. Sorry, go ahead.
They had a warrant or a recall on their barrels for the sub 2000s.
Yep.
And I sent mine in. It was gone exactly 2 weeks. They sent me a shipping label, and I sent it without a magazine, and they sent it back with a 17-round magazine. And then I went directly to I did a whole video series on it. I went directly to the range, and it shot better than it did the first time around. Now it's got less rounds through the barrel, but
Hopefully we get a good comparison side by side breakdown. From somebody that preferably isn't biased like G23 is.
or Rob because he likes M&Ps.
Yep.
No, I want a fair shake. Like I said, I haven't even seen it, but it doesn't sound good with the price being more and whatnot. But I can't believe a damn thing this Glock guy says. So
Okay, so So here we go, Rob. Here's how we do it.
Rob.
You go ahead. You buy that Smith and Wesson 12, and you send it over to Foss. I will send Foss my KSG, and since he is unbiased and never shot any shotgun, he can then shoot those two and say which one he likes better.
It's a great idea, but somebody else should buy it and send it to Foss for me.
Oh no, you're the Smith and Wesson fanboy, so
That's true.
I'm in.
Hey, why? Boss,
Okay,
you never
does somebody want to give me the money to buy it?
God damn.
No.
Hate on Smith and Wesson tonight. Jesus Christ. I mean,
okay.
come on.
I mean, if Pat wants to take your place, then he can buy the 12 and send it over to Foss. I'm not.
Tell you what, somebody buys the gun, I'll supply the 12 gauge ammo.
Okay,
Hey,
well, I'll put
I've got an idea. Rob, why don't you just get on the lawsuit against Cuomo? Maybe he was one of those guys in the bathtub,
He was definitely.
and he harassed you.
You know, now that you say that,
Yeah, I need about $2 million. I get 10% of whatever you get. Because
I get 20. I get 20 because I happened on my show.
Yeah, it's like the mafia. I'll just put him a little bit here and there. God damn asshole.
Right?
Hey, I don't mean to get violent or anything or cussing on this, but it just a lot of people have got me wound up the last couple
well,
of weeks.
that shit's not allowed, Pat. So, it's not allowed here.
Yeah. Calm that shit down.
I don't know what the hell you're thinking, but
I don't.
that's ridiculous.
We don't fucking cuss on this show.
Okay.
I don't know why Foss ain't never shot a shotgun before.
Who has them?
Still haven't shot mine. I bought one. 2 months ago. I still haven't
When
taken
you
it
gonna
out.
pop the cherry, buddy?
Oh, sometime. Eventually.
Second Tuesday of next week.
That's why I'm
Scared.
Anyway.
when I drive.
No,
Oh, go ahead, Pat.
No, what I was about ready to say when you got on that Smith and Wesson fanboy rant, I was going to say I own 3 out of the 4 weapons that can fire all that ammunition. I've got the old Smith 681, which hasn't ever done me any wrong, which, and I own a lot of different other firearms besides this. I'm just saying. Smith & Wesson, and then I've got the little Smith & Wesson compact that's on my channel out there you can go look at. And then I've got the Smith & Wesson Fort AR-15 2. And I haven't had any problems with them, but, and I know y'all guys just ragging and just having fun with them, but
No, they're serious assholes. Now you got the compact 22.
No, anyway, I'm just saying, I've never had any problem with
Have you seen my phone?
or Rugers or Mosins or anything that I've ever owned. The only thing that just like what you guys were saying earlier, when I called in and I own a High Point 9mm carbine, first gen, the goddamn spring broke on the firing pin. And I was like, okay. I said, I called into them and they said, oh, not a problem. They give me 2 firing pins, 2 firing pin springs, and never even batted an eye. And I'd probably had my cousin that I bought that gun off of, that little carbine. He probably had 2,000 rounds through that. Then when I got a hold of it, I probably had another 5. through that, and I just couldn't believe, as far as just the response from the.
It cost them more money to mail it to you than it did for the parts.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for putting that in there. And
No.
they never even batted an eye, and I put everything back together, and it's fine. And that's what I love about companies that will do that. If you have a problem and they don't have to, okay, send your gun in, do this, do that, fill this thing out. Yeah, it's registered, and they have the part number, they have the serial number on it. Boom, it's right to you. That's one of the things that I love about those companies.
So, Pat, one of your fellow Nebraskans is getting on you. He says, "Language boy, that shit offends me."
Yeah, well, defense dad, sometimes things fucking happen. And they just fucking happen for a reason. I'll put it that way. Thanks, defense dad.
Or he may have been saying that to us. Who knows which one, but
yeah, no, defense dad's cool as shit. So I know exactly what he's getting at. So he's just trying to rile me up, just trying to get things going a little bit more. So no, defense dad's cool.
Yeah, I would have jumped in on your live stream when you were having it the other night, but it was like getting right close to my bedtime.
Yeah, well, I had problems. I'm still trying to get everything set up, and Rob knows this. Trying to get my notifications and everything out right. Just trying to get everything sorted out right. So I'm getting better at it, and I'm sure as time goes along, everything will get better. But
Yep, practice makes perfect.
Yep, exactly.
That's what she said.
And everybody. Thank you.
Did you say you had the 22 compact, Pat?
What's that?
I do.
Okay, this question would be for you too then. But did you have the 22 compact, Pat?
Yes, I've got the Smith & Wesson 22 compact. My wife got the Ruger 9, and then I got the Smith.
Okay. Now, how many different types of ammunition have you guys ran through yours? Just out of curiosity, and have you had any problems?
I have ran probably 15, 20 different brands, and then if there's some laying on the ground in the range there, I'll pick it up and I'll shoot them too.
Any issues?
No.
Honestly,
no.
Okay.
I've
ran 11, and I haven't had a single problem yet.
I probably got about.
I tried more, but I just can't find it. Nowadays. So
right, I got at least. I'll say at least 1,000 rounds through it now.
Yeah.
What about you, Pat?
Well, and same thing that Artax said. I mean, through the Ruger and through the Smith, we've ran steel case, brass, and all sorts of just different weights, powder. I mean, everything. Everything we put through both of those, we haven't had any problems. I mean, they've been both reliable, and we haven't had any ejection problems. We have not had any barrel erosion from, let's say, like the steel case gets in there and eats up your feed ramp or anything like that.
They make steel case 22?
Yeah, Wolf.
Yep.
Damn, you guys are cheap.
You damn right.
No,
that's why we got a lot of guns.
No, Rob. Both of those are in 9mm.
Okay, no, I was asking about the 22 compact. Yeah. Okay. Well, between me and Artec here, I mean, that's probably a pretty good test bed. I don't know when you bought yours versus when I bought mine. Production models or not production, but
About 5
batches
years
or
ago.
whatever the case.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you-
but I think that speaks pretty highly, man, for a 22. Just point that out there. I know it's not the biggest magazine. Some people get a little kinky, but I think
Yeah.
damn good for the money.
I know that's
Yep.
the only thing I dislike about the 10-round magazine on it. Now they got kits out there where I saw one, I think at one time you could make it up to 15, but it wasn't reliable. And then there's one you can make it up to 12 because they changed the follower.
Yep, those aren't bad. But those actually work pretty good. I've had pretty good reliability out of those. Out of the 12s, out of the 15s, forget about it. They're junk.
Okay, so anyone else get the FPC email where they're talking about HR 4953?
No.
Don't get me
That
started.
new anti-gun bill where they want every semi-automatic to be part of the NFA.
No, they wanted to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to subject to the requirements of the National Firearm Act any semi-automatic rifle that has the capacity to accept a detachable magazine.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, that's what he said. Kind of. I heard about it, but I don't think it's anything. Going to happen.
It doesn't have a snowball. It doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell passing.
I think
Captain
even
West Virginia
people
won't
on
vote
the
for
other
it.
side, with the guns they have, ain't trying to give up that. So I don't know.
And the Democrats only got a 5-seat lead in the House, so there's too many Democrats sitting in red districts right now that are probably going to be replaced anyway, and they're not going to help them lose their seat by voting for something that stupid. And if that's the case, then everything I got is going to be full auto
Right?
and short barrel rifles and everything else.
Yeah, I heard about that one, and I don't know
If it's not, you got
to
to look at the way the Congress works. Just because somebody introduced a bill, that thing's got to go to committee, then it's got to come out of committee. When it comes out of committee for a floor vote, then it's time to start worrying.
Well, all it is a reintroduction of 1263
Right.
with a little bit of modification. What were you about to say, Mr. Pat, before we stepped all over you?
No, I'm fine. I just it kind of included one of my rants about 2 weeks ago, and I'm gonna shut up now because I'm not ready to blow up.
Sometimes we just gotta,
Keep
have
the
a way of ranting and getting it out of our system. Where we got fellow gun lovers that are like probably feeling the same exact way.
Yeah. Okay. I'll put it. Okay. I calmed down a little bit. I'll put it this way. If they were trying to look for a way to choke us off, I mean, especially with the ammo ban from Russia and stuff like that. I mean, it's just like the Democrats. They're trying to pick things off a little bit at a time. It's a lot like a sharpshooter. They go out and they plink targets out there at long range every single time. They plink one, they plink one, they plink one. Yeah, it's long ways out, but then all of a sudden it keeps getting closer and closer and closer. So anyway, that's the nicest way I can put it. Right?
Damn, you're depressing.
The ammo ban is nothing more than
play the long game.
the ammo ban that he just did is nothing more than backdoor gun control. Because think of all those poor bastards out there who's got AK-74s. You'll never get any ammo now until somebody Hornady makes some in the 5.45, but they're like $50 a box because it's match ammo, stuff like that. It's going to take the Russian ammo market in the U.S. for the U.S. producers another 2 years to catch up just to that 40%.
Okay, so now to be like devil's advocate, Tula also has plants outside of Russia, and
Look at the way they worded it. If it's a Russian company, doesn't matter where it's at.
but it's
So basically, what they need to do is open up a arms factory. Tula needs to move, or any of the 7 or 8 damn different old Soviet ammo factories move their production to a non-Russian country, and then they can that'll be a loophole there.
yes, and what I was saying is Tula actually has a plant that's I believe it's in the Philippines, and it already produces quite a bit, so they could easily ramp up that and start producing more and sending it.
Wait a minute. One plant in the Philippines is not going to make up for the X amount of Soviet plants.
Not even close.
Not even close. It's not even going to be a trickle.
Exactly, and I'll put a little caveat on top of RTAC right there. Now, if there was a way that they could say that all this ammunition, if they could send it down there, or they were building it in Russia, send it down there and then ship it.
They can't do that. It's they got that in there too.
But
only if they get caught.
How is the United States going to track that? I mean, as far as when it comes down from Russia to the Philippines and then comes out of there.
Why didn't the Chinese do that though?
And then package.
What's that? Sorry.
Why didn't the Chinese do the same thing? Because they couldn't either. Way had it worded.
It's only if you follow the rules.
Exactly.
And the Chinese follow the rules on intellectual property.
Oh.
Come on now.
This political climate, rules don't seem to matter all that much in a sense. And, they want it done, they're going to push. So even if they found a loophole, they'd probably just, Biden would come up with something saying, that the ammo loophole, and that would be the big news. And then the next thing you know, that would be shut down.
Exactly.
What they need to do
would be the next thing. And
what they need to do is go get Hunt. The Russians need to go get Hunter, put him on the payroll, and let him open up a ammo company here in the U.S. making Russian ammo here in the U.S. Then it'll be okay because the big guy gets 10%.
Yep, pretty much. Thank you.
Well, what's to say they aren't already collecting on this? I mean, in a sense, I assume Russia has a stock market.
This is going to ruin their economy because they were think about this: 40% of all ammo in the U.S. came from Russia.
Yeah, long term, but short term, right now, everybody's going to buy it. The spike's predictable. I mean, we all knew it as soon as the news broke. Everybody was online buying before they were making their videos. Whether they want to admit it or not.
I was. I did that.
Yeah. So what's to say they couldn't have popped in quickly, under a broker or some blah, 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 blah account. Now they're reaping the benefits and then you pop right back out. I'm sure stuff like this is done. You got to follow the money. So they could still be making money on it right now, like making money as they screw us.
Oh yeah, they're making money for sure. Because like I said, we still got 2 weeks before the ban comes into effect. So everything that's already on its way here and gets here by September 7th is going to be double, triple price. The importers are going to do that because the importers done bought it cheap from the Russians. They're going to sell it high.
Yep. And on top of that, once it gets in here, I don't know if anybody has been on AmmoSeek or Ammunition Depot or Southern Munitions or anything like that, but the steel case is starting to dry up like fucking quick. I mean,
I watched it Friday night.
It's like Houdini. It's getting gone.
I watched it Friday night, and when I was sitting for an hour, I got busy at work, and I came back an hour later, and everything I had in my cart was gone. Not in stock. Like, see what they're selling it for now, right here. Steel case Wolf is $8.99 a box. That's not too bad if they have any in there. Here you go. 1 minute and 57 seconds ago. The Yugoslavian brass case, $650 for 1,260 rounds.
Got some of you guys by the balls, don't they?
Not me. I'm sitting on 3,000 rounds right now, so I'm good for 2 years.
If you were smart back in the day,
you'd have bought it when it was $250 for 1,000 rounds.
Yep.
But woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I did. I stocked up on quite a bit.
Well, and that's kind of like
and he's just too lazy to go shoot it.
So, do you think that we're going to see a lot of 5.45?
Hey, my
he's waiting for somebody to get out at the pump and shoot it for him. They're going to load it and point it and pull the trigger.
I just want to pull the trigger. There is no 5.45 by 45 on there at all.
Nope.
It's all
gone. I looked on there last night and it was fucking gone.
74 ammo has been hard to find for quite a while.
Well, right.
Even before the scandemic started, it was kind of hard to find. It was out there, but it was still not like the easiest stuff to find.
54R is $479 for 750 rounds now. Private Potter's on.
Yeah, and that's one thing that gets me is I got into the Moe's Nagant game when Bud's Gun Shop and everybody else is bringing in all those rifles and stuff, and I loaded up. I mean, I've got 3 guns. I've got 2 sporterized, and I've got 1
Blasphemy.
Absolutely beautiful condition, straight out of the Cosmoline, cleaned it up, just beautiful. And I bought spam cans and everything for those girls, and I'm sitting on probably about 8 or 9 spammers for those, and I bought the PPU, I bought the Burnell, I bought, and that's my main hunting rifle. I mean, I took one down, sawed it up because the wood on it was just absolute junk, but the rifling and everything was great on a 16-inch on a old 53 Chinese variant, and I've taken 5 deer with it now, out between 200 to 300 yards on it with a good optic, and it's been great. But now, shit, between all the brass and everything that I'm gonna have to if I want to replenish all that stuff, Jesus Christ, it's going to be a goddamn wad load trying to find all that shit.
So
And it's going to be expensive.
last week, we looked up Boyd's stocks for a Type 53 Mosin Nagant because there was somebody in the crowd that was talking about wanting to put that on their Mosin due to the fact that the stock was cracked and needed to be replaced. And Boyd's does offer some nice ones out there. I'm just saying.
I dislike Boyd stocks. I bought one for my 3040 Craig, and it took forever to get it to fix it to there. The stock was like 80%. And when I ordered it, it said it was 100% finished. And then I got in an argument with him, and then, well, I'm not allowed to call him no more. Or if I do, well, I could call them because they won't remember it. But yeah, I ended up having to buy a 3040 Craig stock off of eBay for $350. And this was a long rifle. It wasn't cut down to the carbine, so.
Okay. Yeah. And I got you RTAC on that one, and I'll put a little caveat on this one. The little 53 Chinese variant with, it wasn't shot out. It actually, I made it into my deer rifle and screwed tap to put the full rail system on top of it, put the scope and everything on it. I just bought a ATI Monte Carlo stock.
Yep.
Put it on that old girl, and I fastened that some bitch down with a bunch of Loctite, and I free floated the barrel and everything on it. I mean, I ground it clear out, bedded it and everything. Did my due diligence, what everybody said, you need to do this to this rifle. So I took it as gospel and put everything to it, and it's been great so far. So I can't knock that gun, especially since it had good rifling and everything into it. So can't complain on it. But, you know, you get into something that's kind of wedged out, you know, and I hand load for that old girl, and I'm running probably 311 on it as far as the spec on it. And shit, she runs great.
So, a lady seen a tweaker at the drive-thru today. She ended up running into the car in front of her, backing up, almost running into the lady. And then she ran all over the curb and almost hit the car again. And then the police showed up, and she was freaking out, trying to get the hell out. But obviously she couldn't go anywhere. And they ended up pulling her out of the car right there to drive through and off to the side of the parking lot. And basically, the lady had to kind of try to get around that car to get to the window. And of course, they screwed up the order because everybody was hanging out the window videotaping the whole thing because the lady was like sporadic movement, almost, I don't know, I'm trying to think, possibly Tourette's like in a sense, just basically, you know, she's tweaking out. So yeah, turned out pretty crazy.
Now, are you sure that she was, because like tweaking out would be more on Crystal?
Oh, she was tweaking out, man. Said the lady got video. She was in there talking to herself, trying to beat her head against the car window, like screaming at people, honking, yelling. Like,
100% tweet.
it was pretty bad. I just watched the video before I got on here.
I don't know. It sounds more like she was on Flocka.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't keep up with all that shit. All I know is from the video, that lady got no business driving. No business driving. I don't know how the heck she made it to the drive-thru.
So, Artek,
Yes.
go on YouTube and just search Flocka.
I don't want to. I really.
You should. I mean, it's also a lot of people refer to it as the zombie drug.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, they do some crazy ass shit on Flocka. Eat people's face. It's kind of like a mixture between meth, heroin, and bath salts.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Well, I think that was the same thing that the guy was on when he wrecked into my 76 Blazer, and then he wrecked into my brand new Dodge, and then he wrecked into my house, and yeah. And I'm clear out in BFE, Nebraska.
So,
damn.
How much you getting for that Flocka?
$250 an hour.
Hopefully, I'm gonna. If I see him again, I'm gonna take his fucking hide and I'm gonna put it up on my goddamn farm.
No, that's for G23. You know, he knows an awful lot about this shit.
I'm just saying.
And he's a Glock guy.
Yep. There you go, Rob.
That's how he paying for that license. Okay, I need a 9mm barrel for my TT-33.
And what's stopping you from going and buying it?
I can't find one.
But what about online?
That's what I'm looking now.
Well, there's probably one out there.
Oh, there's out there, but it's more than what I want to pay.
See, that's the only thing stopping from you. You know, if you just don't worry about it and just buy it, you'll be all right.
Well, motherfucker, you gonna pay my credit card bill too? If that's the case, son, I'm gonna max that bitch out.
Don't worry. You go ahead. You send me that bill.
I will.
It'll end up
Put it on DM's card. He'll cover it.
Right? Foss has a higher credit line.
When I bought mine, it's a Chinese anyway. When I bought it, there was it was like $300, and they had the guy also had the 9mm Chinese version. And my plan was in a couple weeks, I'm gonna come back and buy it. Well, my happy ass walks in there, and that somebody's gone. I'm gonna have to rebarrel my PPS 43 too now.
All right. If you don't mind, G23, I got to read a couple things from the text messages here real quick.
Go for it.
It says, Pat, it's almost like they're against guns. They are. Democrats. I mean, yeah, fill in the blank.
Realistically, the ammo ban is just backdoor gun control.
Exactly. I mean,
That's how I see it.
Back at 100%, 23, and New York out 100%. God, that's why I do the fucking went to that rant.
Okay, so I'm gonna. They're not against guns, and they're not against gun control. What they are against is you and I owning them. As long as their people own them, they're 100% okay with it. But the moment that you and I have them, we're not allowed.
Yep. Okay. Well, Rob, get ready to join me in on this one. Yeah. Okay. They don't want us to have this. Well, look at Afghanistan right now. Billions of dollars of guns, all the high-tech shit with nods and fucking helicopters, and granted, whether they don't know how to fucking fly them or not, or fucking MRAPs, and
They
all
got
this,
drones.
literally, they brought the Taliban from the 19th century into the 22nd century. Literally. I mean, they literally brought them from the 19th to the 21st century.
Yeah, because they replaced all their 40-year-old AKs that
Yeah.
were all wore the hell out
Unfortunately,
from the Russian
fucking-
invasion.
Exactly, Artak, because the old smooth bore, because they've had 100,000 rounds shot through a fucking AK. They're shot out, they're junk, and now all of a sudden they've got M4s, M16s. Put a goddamn number and a label on it. They've fucking got it now.
They got guns that we're not allowed legally to own,
Exactly.
and we left it there.
Exactly.
And then they talk about pulling all those Afghanis out of there. No, let those fucking camel fuckers defend their country from the Taliban. They all fucking ran, threw their guns away. Jesus Christ. I mean, and then, oh, there's Americans still out there. Well, you're
If
fucking
you
dead.
I'm so goddamn pissed off that our jeez, I can't even.
So-
It's our goddamn politicians. It's
So-
a fucking waste of space that
Like-
they
like-
would fucking dump all this fucking ammo, Connex boxes full of fucking ammo and everything to the goddamn fucking Taliban, and it just pisses me off to no goddamn end.
So like I said on your live stream, under Obama, we had Fast and Furious.
Yep.
Under Biden, we have Supply the Taliban.
Exactly.
And we the people
Paid for it.
are the problems.
We paid for it all.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, I'll put it this way, and I know a lot of you guys have heard the same thing, and I'll put it the same way. And granted, just like on my Wednesday night rants, I'm not a tactician of any sorts from any war or anything. But if you're going to evacuate people or anything from a war zone, you do not do it the way Biden did it.
That is correct.
You get the people out first, you get the munitions and all of the support vehicles, all that stuff out second. Then you get all the military out. If you're going to do it right.
Now, here's the thing, and I hate to say this, but the Taliban would have took over Afghanistan even if Trump was still president.
Yep. No, exactly.
Because we've been there 20 years, and it's just like Korea. If we left Korea, the little short, malnourished North Koreans will come down and overrun the South in a heartbeat.
Yep. Exactly.
And then, so we would have to keep a token force there. I think that would have been fine. Use them not in combat roles, but in advisory roles, and it still would have held the Taliban back. And then I understand about negotiating with them, but here's another thing too, pissing me off. We had every single Taliban in Kandahar, and we could have killed them all. Think about that. We could have wiped them off the face of the planet. And Dementia Joe is too worried about, who Kamala is sucking off next.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you, Artak. I'll put something on top of that too. Now, granted, I'm not a tactician in the military or anything, but we've been over there 20 years, and at the same time, the last 2 years, we've had very, very minimal casualties. We had a lid on it. Now that they are back in control and they have come all the way through the country and they are in charge of everything, and we've got Americans stuck out there in God knows where in fucking Afghanistan, they're emboldened. They are going to find a way to strike back.
Oh yeah, and they got drones to do it.
It may not be a 9/11 situation, but they are going to come back over here now, and they are going to do something bad. I guarantee it.
You hear about all the fake visas or whatever Biden signed, or the administration cleared and sent over, to where they're basically just handing them out to people.
Yep.
So who's to say what people were going to get over here with that? Yeah, when you really think about it.
Nothing but the very best.
Yeah, I mean, worst case doom and gloom. I mean, they've been setting us up to fail for years. Whether it's financially, in some cases, education, all over the place. What if this is the very beginning of the actual invasion?
So, if you think about this, and this was another person I watched, and he actually put out a lot of good thoughts on it. So, everyone says that the Afghani military fled.
They did.
No.
Yeah, they did.
What they did was they wouldn't change their damn uniform. We were training fucking Taliban for 20 years.
We've been training Taliban for 20 years before they changed. A lot of the ones that went home, now all the ones that went home, now they're being shot because they've done confiscated their weapons. And I bet the U.S. Embassy don't have that gay pride flag flying anymore.
Or Black Lives Matter.
Okay, well, I'll stop both of you right there. Okay, now that everything is taken back over, everything that we trained all those guys over there beside us and they felt betrayed, they're going to use that training against everybody else. Because there's guys that are going to flip. And this is one thing that I've not heard of anybody else. They're going to flip. And they are going to train everybody else to fight, because now they've got nods. Now they've got M4s. Now they've got all this great shit with Connex boxes full of ammunition and everything else. So if we have to go back in there again, and I guarantee you we're probably going to have to go back in there again to get rid of the tide.
10 years.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to be sooner than that. I'm guessing. This is one guy's opinion. It's just my opinion. Y'all take it for what it's worth. But those guys are trained now that those guys have flipped. They are trained. They know how to come at us. It's going to be 10 times worse if we have to go back in.
Why should we go back? Let me just throw that out there. 10 years, 15 years, whatever. Why should we go back if the people themselves won't do something for themselves? I mean, I know, they don't report it, but there is groups right now fighting back. There is pockets of resistance, but as a whole, why should we keep dumping blood and money into this?
Because we're stupid.
Exactly.
And the China, here's the bigger thing. Not so much of their training, because just because we trained them doesn't mean they're proficient in it. But the thing I worry about now is now the Chinese are given that olive branch of money and infrastructure, and they'll look the other way when they're selling their poppy plants on the market for opioids, because that's the only cash crop they got in Afghanistan. So the Chinese, we're going to end up right now. We need to get rid of Joe and the Ho. We need to get a good, strong president, and we need to take China on right now before it's too late. We need to put them in their place. How we do that? We destroy their navy. We don't invade, because that would be foolish. There's like 2 billion of those fuckers. We don't invade. We destroy their air force. We destroy their navy, and we stop trading with them. Economically, we can kill them. We are their biggest trading partner.
You think Big Pharma is not going to buy that heroin?
From the Afghans? Of course they are.
So therefore, they're supporting terrorism. What about the supplies or any kind of parts, replacement items, things like that? Sure, people are going to be selling them that too. I don't know. The whole thing's kind of sketchy. I don't think all that equipment's going to last very long in untrained hands.
It'll be
or
just
even
like
ill-experienced hands in a sense, but it's still a problem. Sure.
It'll be just like Iran with their F-14s that they have no parts for, that they can't fly. They'll basically, if they don't have no pilots, which I don't think they do, the helicopters are useless to them. My thing is them figuring out how to use the drones that they have, because it ain't nothing for them to get them a little fishing trawler or a couple drones on there and 9/11 us again, because it's effective. Because we have such an open.
You know what type of drones they have?
U.S. drones. Now,
there's a variety. So obviously, some are a lot simpler than others in a sense.
Right. So, but they don't need a big drone, and all they have to do is get a dirty bomb from the Chinese or the Russians, because now Joe Biden's fucking with the Russians with the ammo ban. That's going to hurt their economy starting next month when they're not exporting any ammo. Because if you think about it, there's only one country in the world that uses 5.45, and that's the Russians. None of the former Eastern Bloc countries, the former Yugoslavia, or any of them are using the 5.45. They're all using 7.62. So maybe Stellar and Bellet and Private Partizan will save us, but that's going to take them 2 years. And it's going to hurt the Russians. They're going to get mad. And they might even launch an invasion. What if the Russians did an invasion of the Ukraine right now? Joe Biden will shit his pants and hide. He won't do nothing. And the Chinese can't invade Taiwan except 2 times a year, April and October. What do you think he's going to do then? Nothing. Then that's going to piss the Japanese off, and then they're going to go nuclear themselves so they can protect themselves from the Chinese. South Koreans are so we're going to have half of Asia nuclear powers, because they're all going to be afraid of Chinese simply because we won't stand up to them. Oh, I'm sorry. The Biden administration will not stand up to them.
Nation building is bad. We should always have an exit strategy if we're going to go in some country. All right, we're going to go in here, and obviously we didn't destroy the Taliban good enough because they's all hiding in Pakistan. We should have invaded Pakistan. Now, they're a nuclear power, but we could have pulled it over where the Pakistanis asked for help, and we forced their hand. We just gave them $10 million for gender studies. And the Pakistanis are afraid of the Taliban. Now they're back in Afghanistan. They're fine. We're in a big, giant shit sandwich, and we're all going to have to take a bite of it.
Yeah, still waiting for the next shoe to drop. Personally, I think something else is going on here. I don't know. It's just horrible. I don't understand how you can screw things up that bad in a sense.
Well, shit. When you tell people, think about that. He told people in the news that he just wiped his ass just got wiped.
Yeah, but we know they were going to try to push him out for Kamala anyway. So, this whole thing, it's tough to say. And in a lot of senses, you can say, they've used the military in the past as cannon fodder in a sense. So, what's it? I don't know. I just think, there's probably something bigger going on because I can't believe you'd be this dumb and everybody just let it happen. And,
it can't. If they replace him, here's the thing. Kamala Harris is more unpopular than Joe is. He didn't even get 1% of primary votes. He was the worst possible choice to pick. He should have picked some old white guy that knew his ass from a hole in the ground. Or some black guy or whatever, if you want to make it other color. A POC, which I think white people are POCs. That's white to color. But anyway, I digress. Pick somebody who knows what the hell they were doing other than her. And so they're just hoping he survives 4 years. Because the DNC don't like her.
But maybe, I don't even mean it as like, Kamala's going to step in or whatever. That's not my point of concern in a sense, even though that is concerning. But, it just seems like it very well could be a part of a bigger plan. Not saying it is, or, I'd bet any money on it. And they're going to, it was known Joe was going to be disgraced at some point. So this is the opportunity to do so. And then what comes next? And if they end up popping her in, I'm sure the same type of thing's going to happen, maybe a little different. But
think about the chain. Think about the chain of succession. If they 25th Amendment him, and then she becomes president, Nancy Pelosi becomes VP.
Mm-hmm. But she's bad crazy too, and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
So so that's what I mean. Like something, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they get them both at the same time. I mean, they could remove them both at the same time, but if that happens, Pelosi will be president, and we'll have I think we'll have a Republican as VP. Because the next person is the House president, I think, or in the House.
It would be the minority leader.
Right, so to be a Republican. And then this could be the best situation for us. We get Skeletor as president. We get McCarthy? McCarthy as VP, and then the Republicans gain the House and the Senate, and then impeach her.
Unfortunately, that is
not going to happen.
Even if we get, I mean, it's a long stretch. Get fucking Joe out of there, even if we get Paul out of there.
Don't forget the Delta variant now.
Oh, shit, we're done past Delta. We're on Lambda.
A lot of things could come up between now and then where they could
It's the spread.
claim emergency situations for this and that, especially with who could be coming in on these fake visas and what that claim might be.
That's going to throw. You get all these people from the southern border. If you think about all of his policy changes, all 6 or 7 of them have blown up so far in his. He makes Jimmy Carter look like God.
Yeah, he pretty much does.
And Jimmy Carter's problem was that the Democrats didn't like him.
It's just turned into a straight frog chat.
And then,
Right? This has definitely gone into a Honda chat.
Kinda.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that, G23. Hey, aren't you supposed to be wrangling all this shit? You're the host.
No.
Well, there's some good shit. There's some real possibilities here.
Right?
I want you guys to think bigger.
Yeah, Rob, you're
results, but think bigger, folks. You never know.
And to answer, Pat, I bring everybody on and I let everyone throw out their ideas, and this way we can kind of see, maybe
Just how crazy everybody really is.
We can also try to be the voice of reason, so other people can go, oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. Maybe we should talk to our senators about this kind of bull crap.
Maybe I made a mistake when I voted for Joe Biden.
Doing the same and expect different results.
And all I can tell you, there's about 10 million dead Democrats rolling in their grave now over Joe Biden after voting for him.
I'm just hoping my dog didn't vote for him.
Oh, he did.
Right. Anyway, no, I thank you, G23. Thank you for letting us come in tonight, and we've kind of just went all over the goddamn place tonight, but which is fun. I mean, we've trust me, we've been all over the goddamn place, but at the same time, it kind of reminds me of my Wednesday night that I've been doing, and it's fun. I mean, everybody needs to get everything aired out. I mean, and that's what we can do. I mean, everybody can come together. We can talk about shit, and we can come to some kind of agreement or whatever. I mean, and that's great, because that's one of the things that I love about the 2A community, or just gun-loving people in general, because we can all fight together and we can all beat on each other at the same time, and it's great.
See, this panel shows just how well we could all have disagreements, especially like Rob and how S&W suck, especially the MMP line. And he says, "Oh, Glock suck." We have our difference of opinion, but yet we still talk to each other at the end of the day.
I am talking to your ass.
I like them all, so.
All right. Well, thank you.
There you go, Rob.
Thank you, DM.
Nice.
Thank you, brother.
The only thing he's not telling you is that that's a knife and not a gun.
Right.
Well,
It is a Smith & Wesson MMP.
I have one, too.
I have a...
another thing that disappoints me, they're made in China.
Okay, so I guess...
Are Smith & Wesson, they're made in China. That's why I don't collect personally, but Yeah, Rob, you're roboting.
I got it just to play with because it was $27.
Okay, to make Rob happy, I do own an MMP. It is an M&P pocket knife that I got at AutoZone like friggin' 15 years ago for $8.99.
Should have known that was from China.
If it was, I think mine stamped Taiwan. If it was from China, it would have been $4.99.
Yeah, anything made from Taiwan is more better.
I do have a M&P 380 EZ.
Do you
I
like
think those
the
MPs are
Okay, well, let me put it out to the pen. What is the thing that you absolutely despise? Brand or gun maker or whatever. I mean, bottom of the fucking barrel. I mean,
Sky pistols?
Fanboys.
Block
No.
fanboys.
Well, no. Yes. Love both your answers on that, but what is just the absolute bottom and I love the Sky one. Thank you. What is the absolute
Crocs and sweats.
everybody had a problem with? I mean, just
Socks and
absolute-
sandals.
What?
Socks and sandals. If you're wearing socks and wearing sandals,
I thought you said sand hills, and I was like, oh, you're about ready to draw some blood.
Yeah, that's what he said. Sex with sandhills.
No. He said socks and sandals. Okay, yeah, I can totally agree with that. But no, I was just honestly asking the whole panel, as far as a brand or anything, what absolutely sucks the worst?
Honda Accord.
Remington Golden Duds.
What did you say, Rob?
Remington Golden Duds.
Yep, I would agree with that.
New York State.
I think Rob will probably agree with you on that one.
Yeah, right now he's irritated when he just realized that I said Honda Accord and he didn't say, you son of a bitch.
Because the truth.
I drive a Civic, man. It's fine by me.
No, I was just blurting that out there. So take it for what it is.
It's not like he bought a nice and drove it up off the lot and lost $5,000 that he'll never recover.
I gained money,
Right.
No, you hadn't sold it yet, fool.
but I could.
Because they
Well,
say you did that,
hey,
doesn't mean you got
Hey, woman, tell it. I don't know your wife's name. Tell the woman there to make you sell the car and make some money. Big capitalist. Stop. Those commie guns are starting to influence you.
Yeah, she can't hear anything. I've got headphones on.
Well, she might. We get $6,000. You'll sell that damn car tomorrow.
She has heard me say it like 3 times, and she knows that she loves that damn thing. If it would have been me, I would have bought a Juke.
A what?
A Nissan Juke.
I ain't never heard of that. Is that another Guinea Goo Goo mobile?
Little boxer
Yeah.
thing.
Look, you're a big guy like me. You need to have a damn Tahoe.
No,
Suburban all. That
I
way-
had a Suburban.
Well,
I had a
another one.
95 friggin' GMC Suburban, and that thing got like no gas mileage.
Well, it's a Suburban all. Get my 2009 Tahoe gets like 16 miles per gallon.
My
driving
97,
2 hours for cheap ass Okra. It won't be a problem.
Yeah.
my 97 Nissan Pathfinder gets 16 to the, and it's got 300,000 miles.
Look, all I'm going to say is Tommy Boy, fat man in a little jacket.
Actually, you would be surprised how much room is inside those Nissans.
After you fall in it, and then you got to climb out of it.
Coat.
I'm probably gonna get the 2023 Z car when it comes out, because they're gonna bring it back out with a manual 6-speed.
Good luck getting in that thing.
Hey,
Why don't you pay your house off first, buddy?
Yeah, I think you should get a house in a free state first before you buy you a Z. And if you do buy a Tahoe or Suburban, make sure it's 2009 and back, because they didn't have that displacement on demand shit.
yeah, nope. I had a 95.
95 was a good year. The only problem they had was reverse action shells in the 4-wheel drive transmissions would break, and that's because stupid people would get out there and try to rock them and mud them, and they don't have that heavy duty. And then finally they updated
Or
it.
full of boom lift.
And finally they updated it with a titanium reaction shell, and that stopped it. Because what happens is it would break, you wouldn't have first gear or reverse.
Yeah, the
I
one
had first, but I didn't have reverse.
the one I had the A-frame front suspension with a 471 rock crawler gear in there that came stock. So when you put that thing into 4 low, it would friggin' climb any damn thing.
Yeah, I went through a few of those transmissions, but I will, well, that one I tried pulling a boom lift and cracked that rear drum and then tranny. So other than that, replaced it from the junkyard for like $70-$80, new filter, all that crap, flush, radiator, and up and running for years until something else stupid happened, and then I replaced it with another one from the junkyard for like $100, if that. So those 4 L60Es, so they're coming harder to find for the 95 because of the electronic overdrive. So
You could put
all the others are $700.
You should be able to put the 4L65 in it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So, yeah, damn good trucks though. I mean, if I went out and bought a brand new transmission, I think I'd be on my second. And if I didn't try to pull a boom lift, a 60-foot boom lift, I buried in the mud, I'd probably stay on my first.
Yeah, so you could buy the Reman from GM, and they'll come with a 3-year, 50,000-mile warranty, and they'll have all the updates in them.
Yep. Yeah, because the
Yeah, I'm cheap though.
I know, but you're going to get more longevity out of it, and you won't have to replace the transmission as much.
Pro by now.
But think
I'll
about
get
it.
that done and before the show's over.
Well, you do that. See, and it's under warranty. If it breaks under warranty, then you don't have to do nothing but take it to the dealer. Transmission's bad, replace it. Here's a warranty.
Yep.
I used to hate those motherfuckers that come in and did that. They come in there with some fucking ancient pickup truck and get it up on the lift and look up, and there's a damn Delco Reman transmission in it, and I know it's going to be warranty, so it sucks on pay.
Yeah.
Instead of getting 8 hours, only got 5 hours.
What the hell? G-Webs is quirking me right now.
What?
G-Webs is live, like right now.
Well, he probably only got 3 people watching. Yeah, he's got 3 people watching.
You're surfing your own.
Well, you
on your
started
own
late.
show, You're out there surfing around.
And Foss is over there, so that don't really count. And I'm watching it. Yeah, it's just Foss and him and somebody else.
Yeah,
Daniel.
Staring at a computer screen.
but I am late, like Rob pointed out, I am way late starting. So it's midnight out on the East Coast.
Yep, 11:01. Yep.
12:02.
Yeah, I said midnight on the East Coast. Metric time.
Hey,
Yeah, we didn't understand a damn thing. I mean, did you have a helicopter on your mic?
one of those Black Hawks from Montana.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a Blackhawk coming in on Rob's position, and we're going to clear out that DMZ, and he's coming out to my place.
Ohio Snack Bar.
Go on, people.
Get on the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Oh,
And we're all about the metric system over here on the East Coast, 762
I did not touch the maid.
762 is not metric.
by 39. Yeah, it is.
Somebody got
7.
Okay, so it is. It is, but I did not want to agree to it. I had to argue about it.
And I'm gonna yell at you guys. You hear me?
What?
It's all this crap about everybody saying you gotta have scopes and figured out yards. What is it? I don't understand it. Everybody's saying maybe for certain things, but in general, I was thinking about it earlier. Yeah, you got to qualify out to 600 meters. Just, the ways.
The Marine Corps
And
now.
you're just rocking open sites, and that's like.
Okay, so
everybody
is anyone else like having problems hearing Rob, or is it just me?
Yeah.
No, I can't hear him either.
Hey, Rob. Rob, I'll call you up here in a couple minutes. As soon as we jump out.
Any better?
Yes, there. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay.
All right.
You hear
Now,
anything I was saying?
No, it sounded like.
All right. I was saying it's bugging me. I hear everybody keeps complaining that you got to have optics and stuff to shoot out anything past 100 yards and stuff, but yet with the military you're qualifying at 600 meters with just regular iron sights, and that's just the average guy off the street. Basically,
That's a negative there. You're qualifying with an ACOG at 27 yards, and it's the same. It changed a long time ago. The Marine Corps gets you at 37 yards, and then your bullet drop is the same at 300 yards. They're not training people to shoot because the M4 carbine is more effective under 500 yards versus trying to shoot 600 yards with a 14-inch carbine.
My qualifications with the M16A2 was 600 meters, and that's 40 moving targets. So, I mean, that was Fort Knox, what?
1952?
No. 08, 2010, I believe. So, so it's not all that long ago. So maybe it's different with the different branches, but, people were doing it with no problem at that point. So, obviously, everybody didn't qualify as an expert or anything like that, but still, generally, people were pretty proficient with just standard sights. So, I'm just curious. I don't know if maybe I don't know. It just shocks me that 100 yards is a stretch to a lot of people, is what it sounds like.
It is if you got bad eyes. But everybody's, all the military's gone to some type of optic on their weapons. And put magnifiers or ACOGs, and hell, even the National Guard has ACOGs.
which you were speaking of with the Marines, I'm assuming that's a 36-yard zero.
Yes, that's what I meant.
So it's all dropping in a credit card, basically.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same thing I run, basically. So it's just, it seems less math. It's easier, you know what I mean? Quicker. My opinion. Everybody's different.
Well, it goes back to the old KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. I mean, just if you can get it zeroed here and you know where the bullet drops are going to be there, then yeah. I mean, just keep it simple. And then it goes silent.
Because only rich people own AK-47s now.
Well, there
Which
you
is
go.
crazy.
So what? Now we're on the lower tier with the AR.
Oh, yeah, yep.
You've always been on the lower tier with the AR.
You know you're so full of shit. Your eyes are brown.
Yeah, he's on drugs.
Of course he is. He's on Floppa,
High on his own supply.
or Fupa, wherever the fuck it is.
Rob.
Just got an AR earlier this year, and it's already collecting dust in the safe.
Because you ain't shooting it.
Because you're
lazy.
No, he's afraid that if he shoots it, he's going to like it. The more
I have shot it.
The more he shoots it, the more he's going to like it, and then he's going to say, "Why the hell did I pick up this Soviet crap?"
No, see, when if I go take that out and shoot it, then I got to shoot the AK to be like cleansing of the chakras.
Once you're out of 7.62, you won't feel that way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 7.62 out there.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just go ahead and rechamber your barrel to 5.56.
That's blasphemy.
No, don't do that.
For the next 2 years, you'll have ammo to shoot at least.
Yeah, don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared.
It's just like people saying, "Oh, well, you should get a 7.62 upper for your AR." No, that's a fucking bastardized weapon. No.
I don't agree with that. There's a lot of people that like the AR platform, but prefer the 7.62 cartridge. That's nothing wrong with that. Same way a lot of people like the AK pattern rifles, but they prefer 5.56 in them.
Well, then they should have neither.
Dude, that sounds like some totalitarian. You're like literally Hitler.
True colors.
You're like Joseph Stalin talking shit like that.
You keep your AKs traditional.
Everybody just needs to stop and go back to Gun Jesus, which is ForgottenWeapons.com, and go back to Gun Jesus.
You keep your tradition.
Well, you could do that, but you can still enjoy shooting 5.56 out of an AK.
No, that's not tradition.
Well, you have a traditional rifle, so you can go over there and cry over Soviet mass production crap. I mean, let's face it, the AK is a damn tractor, and the AR is a Corvette, and that's the truth.
You have 45% more parts than an AK.
Yeah.
So when something goes wrong, it could be very catastrophic. Whereas 9 out of 10 times, if something goes wrong with it, an AK, it's a spring, and you can fix it with a paper clip.
Well, again, I can fix my tractor if I had one with my lawnmower, but I can't fix my Corvette with my riding lawnmower. See what I'm saying?
Sure, you can.
No, you can't.
They have
A Glock guy would say that.
They have 350 in riding lawnmowers. They have 350 motors that are sitting inside riding lawnmowers and tractors.
They hadn't used a 350 in a Corvette since the 80s, mid-80s.
And riding lawnmower. V8 power coming out of a fucking lawnmower.
Kind of like those ARs that shoot the 7.62.
Have you not seen?
The crossover hybrids, whatever the hell you want to call them.
Bastardized weapons.
Hey man, if they run, I get it. I think there's a place for all that. I mean, I technically like both rounds, so it's just whether you can depend on the firearm or not. So
now listen to this. I made a comment on a guy's post. He says on Lucky Gunner, and it didn't age well. Which gun would you rather have in a survival situation, an SKS or an M1 carbine? And I'd say, well, as much as I love the M1 carbine and it's such a great little weapon, I would have to pick the SKS because ammo's everywhere. That was 2 days before this ammo ban shit came out. And then they're like, well, that comment didn't age. I said, well, now I'm going to go with the M1 carbine.
Right.
Now, Rugeroo says ARs feel like wiffle ball bats, AKs just feel right.
Well, I've heard lots of hoes say that. For $20, everything feels right. I don't see your point.
Shit.
He also says, ouch, I like my 5.56 AK.
Okay. See, you can have the fat lady and still enjoy riding it.
No.
What your friends seen you do.
Okay. So I'm going to put this in a way that everybody's going to understand. An AK chambered in 5.56 is like riding a moped, right?
Still a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. You just don't want to see your damn friends. You don't want your damn friends seeing you do it.
I just said that.
I'm just saying.
So, it's okay. You can come out and cause it.
No.
Well, your friends that are still on a BMX are going to be jealous, though.
That's right, because they can't go 10 mile an hour or 25.
And a lot of them emo chicks or whatever they call them nowadays, they like those mopeds.
That's right. It's the vibration.
Yeah, if you get it going right.
And talk about gas mileage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bitch.
They're going to make your Nissan look bad.
Yep. The Nissan is just a thing of the past after that.
Yep. If you're out there pumping out 50 miles to the gallon on the old Vespa, that Nissan's going to be done.
No.
See, a real man's not worried about compensating. Yeah, I'm starting to think you got an issue there, buddy.
All right. So, Rob, you got any good ideas for the new show?
Bikinis.
All right. Girls jumping on trampolines and bikinis.
Cocaine and hookers.
If I hit the lottery. I saw that. That was hilarious.
So
had a busy day. Haven't had any time to think about anything like that. So
okay,
making people happy this morning. Besides myself.
So a while back, you guys were on a panel, and I do believe I was on that same panel. And Mr. Rob threw out a challenge to you, and you said I can have one built in less than a year. How's that double barrel firearm coming along?
Belt fed.
Well, I'm in the machine shop. I got it about halfway built. No, and I'm not shitting. I've got Lay's. I've got.
Nah, we don't care what you got. What do you got to show us?
You really want to know?
Don't get all politician on us and shit. Come on.
We want pictures.
Show us the
Hold
goods.
on 2 seconds. Hold on 2 seconds.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up. I'm tired of this bullshit. I already got the next idea. It's just been sitting there waiting and I haven't even perfected it. You know, the Home Defense 2000 or 2021.
I'm one guy.
I kind of figured that. You got like a
This
fucking
is going to be interesting.
I'll be back.
Oh, boy.
Woman, let us have some cigarettes.
You think he's going to bring back a tire iron or?
I'm thinking a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
Brandon Herrera's AK-50.
Dude, I would love to have that AK-50.
Of course you would.
I mean, a 50 BMG out of
But a 22 LR AK is just a no-go. Blasphemy, right?
No, got to have one of those for all the.
I know. Have you not seen the Mossberg Blaze 47?
Got to have one of those because that way when you go up to the range, everybody's starting to cover their ears up, and then all of a sudden you go beep 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 beep, and then they already know that you're a whip bitch.
Like that scene in Harlem Night.
So Riguru says, I was thinking of building an AK in 6.5 Grendel.
I wouldn't.
Well, he'd just be copying the Galil Ace.
The Galil Ace is in 308.
They have a 300 Blackout. They have a 6.5 Grendel, and they have a bastardized 5.56.
Well, yeah. First of all, the Galil is a little bit of both rifles, so it's already bastardized from the beginning.
Yes,
but 6.5 Grendel is going to be on that Russian import ban. So that means Hornady is the only producer of brass cases right now. I have an AR in 6.5 Grendel.
LW Rhodes is still awake. He says, just stop by to say hi. Have a great evening. So, you all over there in metric time flip me crap. Mr. LW Rhodes, who has a great channel, he's up in Alaska, so he's actually like an hour behind me.
Yeah, but he's in the Great White North, so that's a whole different subject. He's not like on the left coast. He's up on the northeast or northwest side.
He still falls under the 9th district.
That's Canada. Canada is the Great White North. He's in Alaska. That's America.
That's America right there.
Canada is basically America. They just don't know it yet.
Canada is French.
Only
the
Quebec.
East Coast.
No, in the middle. Around Montreal, the Quebec province is where all the French fuckers live at. And they are the most racist people on the planet. Because they make all other Canadians read French and have to take French in school. Because they're the majority. Canadian politics are definitely strange and odd compared to ours.
I gotta get LW Rhodes on here and Chooks Outdoor Adventure. Those two guys are friggin' just amazing guys. And MCK says that he's checking in while he's on break. So thanks, bud.
So what are you saying, that the rest of us ain't worth a shit? Oh, that's what it means. God, I ain't been on a couple weeks ever since I had to start working second shift on a Saturday, and then I've done gone to hell and back to handbasket.
Right? There's a spot for one of you guys if you want to jump on, either Chook or Mr. L.W. Rhodes. Yeah, have you guys watched any of their videos?
I watch
Yeah.
L.W. Rhodes every once in a while. He does got some good stuff.
Yeah. And now that he's doing some of that like 3D video, that's just weird.
So is a 3-pecker Billy Goat, but
And you have 2 of those?
no. My uncle used to. He had a 3-pecker Billy Goat. That was his thing. He said, that's funnier than a 3-pecker Billy Goat.
I bet you guys are tired from mountain bike riding. Because they're actually riding in mountains.
Oh God, I got the woman coming in here.
Not little molehills. Your wife or your daughter?
My significant other.
Oh.
I've been trying to trade her in for the last couple of years. She just won't go for it.
Oh, shut up.
She keeps aggravating me about buying her a damn
You're
John
right,
Wayne
Brad.
cowboy gun. Huh?
So they got to see a moose and a baby. They're going to
That's
post it to
right.
IG.
Is that a baby moose? I'm assuming.
Yep.
That's why you're being poisoned, because you won't buy the gun.
Exactly.
Might want to get on that sooner than later, because after you kick it, she's just going to be able to buy it anyway. So
She won't. I'd have to get her a 22 because that's the only thing she can shoot now since the stroke. So the first time we went to the range, I let her shoot my 1911, and she shot it better than I did. And I was like, "Give me my fucking gun back." So there you go. There, it's $170 for a 9mm barrel for my TT-33 off of Flea Bay. You go over there and send that to me, and I'll send you an AK mag. I'll send you one of those banana AK mags from US Bombs.
Those are like $29.
Yeah.
And you think a $130 barrel is worth a $29 magazine?
It's for Comrade Stalin. It should be.
Well, we all gonna get in trouble if I put this thing up on the screen or not?
No.
Not if you do it real fast.
Hell, you don't even have to do it real fast. They don't pay attention to me.
Did you ever get the 300 subscribers yet?
There we go.
No.
I did a shout out and everything.
Gonna be my version.
You need 9 more.
I don't know. That ain't looking right to me, man.
No, this is just level with me. All right, there, people. This is gonna be the concept.
It's the prototype.
Concept. I thought we were having hard items at this point.
Well, one of them's hard.
I don't have the resources, and I don't have the manufacturing behind it. I do have the lathes and stuff, but it's going to get expensive if I'm going to do it right.
Running out of time.
A full size and put a micro on top of it.
How's that belt fed action going to work?
That's going to be the next leg. Trust me, I'm still trying to work out the kinks. Hey, man, this is a manufacturing nightmare.
Where's the buzzer?
He's still in the R&D. He's still in the R&D phase.
Yeah, trust me, I'm well in an R&D phase. But no, if somebody was going to do it, if I'm going to be serious for a second, if a guy was going to do a double barrel on top of another barrel, you're going to have to learn on spring pressure, and you're going to have to learn how it can double feed down into the barrel. I know, and this is something about, what was it, Rob, about a year ago that Rich put that up to me about a year ago, and I keep figuring it out a little bit and a little bit more, but hopefully I can get it figured out in about next year. I really hope so. I mean, if I could get a double stack, double barrel fed with a belt on it, 9, 10, 45, I mean, take your pick. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome if I could get that all figured out.
I think we went 50 AE.
Oh, God damn it.
No, we didn't go 50. At this point, I'll be happy with what, 1.7 millimeter.
God damn it, G, give me a little bit of slack here.
I mean, we're gonna go big. We might as well go big. I mean, you know, let's rack that bill. Let's get into the $1 million R&D.
Oh, God damn it. I'm gonna have to figure out that one too. Okay, you really want me to ring my head on that one? I mean, come on. Come on, gun brother.
I mean, you have the two different sizes that are already produced. You have the 1911 from, and you have a, well, Glock does the 50 GI.
Yeah.
So I guess you could do like a 50
No,
GI
50.
instead of the AE.
No, 50. We're not trying to compensate for your lackings, okay?
Thank you, Rob.
Actually,
No.
anymore, 50 isn't that expensive.
It's not the point. A belt fed 50? How are you putting that in your pocket, bro? You know, what are you doing with that? What are you running around with a freaking ammo can? What do you get? You got some what, nut sacks just hanging? I mean, how are you running that? I don't understand that. No.
How are you gonna run around with any belt fed in your damn pocket?
9 mil could work.
Yeah.
No. Unless you're talking about like a little tiny.
And this is concept.
Like
we could have settled with a 22. Okay. I mean, you know. I just want to see a freaking carved chunk of metal or something, dude. What the hell is going on here?
This is a total concept. I mean, this is a total concept. I've got the plans drawn up for CNC machining. I mean, literally, I did CAD and everything back in the day, and I can do machining and everything. If I can figure out how to do a double 9 mil and make it, even if it's not belt fed, even if it's a double clip. I mean, I'm talking like 17, 18 rounds going through both at the same time. That is going to be engineering marvel. It is going to be fucking nuts if I actually fucking make this damn thing. It's going to be nuts. And I've already got it drawn up. It's on CAD. It's already on the computer. I just got to figure out how to make the feed system work. I'm already down to making. I've already got the barrels and everything where they will work. I am literally down to making the feed system work.
And Rob, you really want to fire him after he's gotten all this done?
Hey man, I don't see shit. Okay, I like this guy, but this isn't working out.
Hey, you guys put this in front of me a year ago. So I'm just I used to be an engineer.
Some heat welded blue guns put together would have been better, man. I need something. We put all this money into you. It might have got lost in the mail, but we still put it out there. And we got a duct tape gun on top of another. What is going on here?
No, I'm just saying, if you take a regular duty gun like this one, and you can take a micro on top of that and lighten up, if you could take, okay, I'll put it this way. If you can take two micros, put them together, then you might have a good situation for an actual feed system on that. If you can take two micros, just like what I showed on there, and you can manufacture it together, just like I'll put this out there. The dual 1911s that were put together. If you can find a way to double stack those, then you got something.
Or why reinvent the wheel when back in the day, Derringer had a 4-barrel, 4-shot revolver pistol. He had 4 separate barrels.
Not belt fed.
It's just something new. Everybody might grasp onto it, or they might not.
We're trying to market the badass mother. You know what I mean? So this, when you pull this thing out, people are like, "Oh, damn!"
Well, if you want badass, you can't go 9 mil. I mean, nothing says limp or wrist.
Look, it's gonna be a hailstorm, man. A hailstorm. When we get the guy that actually makes it.
Somebody comes out with this with a double stack on top of it, and there's a belt coming off of it. Fuck you.
You're definitely gonna have to hold it sideways just to make sure that you don't get the belt fucking wrapping across your knuckles and tearing them up.
No, it's gonna be straight up and down, because at this point, yeah, it's gonna wrap all the way around, and it's just gonna be a fucking nightmare.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep.
Exactly. Hope everybody's got their boots on.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks for your.
Hey, man, I had your back, but you're rerunning on almost a year now.
So, Rob, you're SOL. Look at what Foss found.
Do you really want to see the CAD drawings of it?
Do you see what Foss is sharing?
I can see that.
It's a belt-fed revolver.
Nice.
Now, can we get that double barrel?
Okay, I'll go get my drawings.
Oh boy.
What can of worms did I open?
It was another big fucking can of worms.
Well, if he went side by side instead of up and down, like the double barrel 1911, that'd probably be easier to belt feed.
Yeah, probably would be.
So,
Maybe we
Burnaby,
should put that exemption in there.
Burnaby
Speed things up a
says,
little.
what kind of animation was that? So, Mr. Foss, what revolver was that?
Looked like some kind of Smith and Wesson. I don't know. I just looked up belt fed revolver. That's the picture that came up.
Okay, well, on another night, I'm going to have to boot up my other computer, and I will give you guys the CAD drawing. Because it's just not going to happen tonight with that other computer. It's a slow, ancient piece of shit.
So, Rob has decided
Here was
to
the
help
thing.
to help
Rick
speed.
said he wanted a double stack 9mm or a 45 ACP on top, not like the 1911s that were welded together side by side. So
Yeah, it was on Rick White's show that we all came up with this crazy ass.
yep,
I think it was a drunken night. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, I know it was.
I'm gonna say that Rob D was probably pretty drunk when he half-ass came up with the idea, and Rick ran with it.
Hey man, I was spitballing. Sounds good. Yeah, figure we get this done. I can work on the Home Guardian. Hopper fed, runs on its turret, motion sensors. We'll get it all set. Maybe we should just jump right to that one, especially nowadays, because we might. Yeah,
That'd probably be a better seller.
No. It just jumped.
Don't have to worry about people knocking on your door for soliciting, the neighbors asking for coffee. None of that shit no more. You can plug this baby in and forget about it. Walk around the house naked.
Who doesn't already do that?
People with kids.
I don't know. I know some people who have kids that still will walk around their house naked.
Ask my wife. Oh, what? I didn't say anything. You didn't hear that. Nope. Nobody heard that.
At a certain age, it gets a little weird.
At a certain age, it gets pretty awesome.
If she's your stepmom.
Anyway, that was meant as a joke, but hey, we'll just go with it.
Right? Okay, so this dumpster fire has been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Do we got some more conversation, or we want to kill it and save it for another night?
Yeah, we could kill it. Just put an accident.
I was going to say, see what the chat said. Maybe there was something they prefer we talk about besides pipe dreams, apparently. No disrespect, Pat.
Appreciate you too.
Makojo says keep it going, but he's not throwing out any ideas.
I say if he wants it to keep going, he needs to jump in.
Yep. Man of Tupperware is late. Sam of Anarchy. Hello.
I'm not seeing any of those people.
Those were a while ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, crap. My phone. Sorry. My phone's way behind. I'm running two screens, and it didn't update. So, sorry.
Well, what kind of houses did you look at today, buddy?
There was a 3 1.5, which wasn't. It had a nice size yard. Not as big as of a yard as I would like. Definitely not going to be able to put a shooting range in my backyard. The next door neighbor or the neighbor behind it might get pretty unhappy with bullets coming into their house.
You need a 3-bedroom?
Yes. Who doesn't need a 3-bedroom?
I was just curious. Figured, last I knew you hated kids, and it was just you and the ladies, so you'd figure maybe a office/guest room and.
No, my office is my office.
Okay. Don't ask about your business. We understand. We understand.
How dare you? Thank you, Veretta.
Yes, my office is not going to be a room that's going to be a shared room.
Well, you get a lot of company over? Like sleepovers? Your little Glock buddies?
One of the wife's best friends, she would come over and may even think about relocating. So
cute.
I've known her since I was like 13.
That's not the answer. That's not an answer.
It is an answer. It's not the answer you wanted.
Yeah.
It's not the answer you were looking for.
Just get a bigger bed.
Okay. So we had a twin bed, the wife and I, when we were like first starting out and stuff. And yes, her friend would try sleeping in the same bed with us. Sorry, crap. This is a twin. You ain't fitting.
We're getting somewhere.
Okay. On my feed, fellas, this thing dropped out an hour ago.
Yeah, we're still going.
No, I'm just saying on the.
Oh, the chat?
Yeah, the chat's still going, but the live stream died about an hour ago. It's not picking up. Might be something on my end. I don't know. I'm just letting you know, Chief.
Let me see what YouTube says. No, it says that it's live and with 5 people watching.
Okay, because mine's not saying dick.
Yep.
Okay, now it finally fucking updated. Piece of shit. God, I've been dead 20 minutes. I love technology, especially when it doesn't work.
Technology will rule the world. Oh wait, it already does.
Yeah, pretty much.
So the places you looking for got a garage.
Yes.
What are you trying to find here? Garage.
If money wasn't an object, it would be like 8 acres.
No, yeah, let's not talk fantasy. Let's talk reality. Stove or range box? I mean, refrigerator or range?
Hopefully your house has both a refrigerator and a range, because your range would be your
Well, you can only bring the hot plate in when you're done using the toilet.
No. I'm definitely gotta have a full kitchen, oven, dishwasher.
Why? You drive 2 hours for raggedy okra at a Cracker Barrel. I mean, do you really even cook?
Yes, I do.
But you drive 2 hours for okra?
Yes.
I don't know. Something doesn't add up.
And I've got to have enough room to definitely have the crock pot so you can make soups and stuff.
All right. So, when are you getting this done, man? Been looking for houses for a while.
Yep. I'm not going to overpay for a house.
So you're going to wait a few
Yes,
years?
you are.
Right now, everybody's like, "Oh, yes, this is a great house. We want $200,000 for it," and it's probably a good $80,000-$90,000 home. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not giving you $200,000 for that."
That's just the way the market is now. And we bought this place 5 years ago or so. Fixer-uppers were way too much. Anything good was gone in a day. This place, we looked at it. Our realtor called us later that same day, said 8 other people have looked at the house. There's a full price offer on it. But we had a pre-approval letter, which I think helped swing it for us.
Yep. I have a pre-approval. That's the only way to do it. I mean, otherwise you're wasting everyone's time because you're not even sure if you can qualify what you're looking at. If you get a pre-approval, okay, well, I can look at houses that are up to X amount of dollars. Now, I'm pre-approved for more than what I'm looking for the price range that I'm looking at. So if I wanted to go higher, I could. It's just I am looking at what I want to spend, not what I can afford to spend.
Well, I don't think you're getting any good deal nowadays, so that's what you're holding out for. Good luck to you.
Well, with these moratoriums keep getting pushed and landlords are getting screwed, and guess what? The banks can still foreclose. So,
but
there's landlords
neglected property at that point.
There's landlords that are putting their properties up for sale because they got to get out from under it before they lose everything they own.
True, but you're buying a headache. You're not buying something that's up to par usually at that point.
Some of them are pretty nice. It's just
to the untrained eye.
That's why you have inspections.
Which means jack shit.
Yep, pretty much.
Except you get a receipt that says you paid for an inspection.
Yeah, when we had this place inspected, I walked around with the inspector, so I got to see what he was looking at, and when he would comment on something, he'd show me why he was saying what he said.
I'm pretty friggin' picky. I am really, really picky.
But you don't
So-
know what you don't know.
Well, then I don't know it.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna hop out. I've got to get up early in the morning. I got to go put up some hay.
Oh yeah, have a good one.
Take care, Brad.
Thanks for joining.
Later.
Yep. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it, fellas.
No problem. I definitely say now, for anybody in the market, be more picky than usual. Pay more attention. Bring somebody with a little bit of knowledge, just because, whenever there's a high demand, things kind of get overlooked sometimes.
Yeah, one of the main things I look at is what does the roof look like, because a roof will tell you a lot about what's hidden behind the walls.
And roof's not too bad though.
Yeah, but if people are going to neglect the roof,
Lots of people neglect the roof with money. Till it leaks, they don't care. Most people.
It's just because nobody looks at your roof.
I
It's
Nobody looks
all
up.
the bones of the place, foundation, water,
Yep.
trees, and the way you're gonna have issues with drainage, water, what type of water pressure you have. City well, is it good water? Do you research? Some people will intentionally not move to an area because of water quality, especially if you're going to be doing gardening, any of this type of thing. So, there's a lot to look at. The age of your plumbing, the electrical. Just because an inspector approves it doesn't necessarily mean they really seen everything. So, there's a lot to look into besides a roof is kind of an easy thing. Yes, it's expensive technically, but you're not bothered. They're working on that and you still live your life. But there's a lot of jobs where your life gets pretty screwed up with contractors in there forever. And then you get the wrong contractor and you might as well charge them freaking rent.
Well, and with your inspectors, some states you can just say, well, I'm an inspector, and start inspecting. And you don't have to
Even
know
here.
anything about anything.
Here, if it's passed by code, like get an inspection through code purposes or whatever, that's only legitimate for 90 days. After 90 days, everything falls apart. Doesn't matter. So, and a lot of the inspectors, they do have to be certified here, but I've dealt with several of them, and I think it's pretty damn sad at what they do. So, and same thing with code. I think it's kind of sad.
Can't remember who it was, but they, I don't remember exactly what it was either, but they had something that the inspector came and said, well, this isn't up to code. You need to do it this certain way. And then another inspector came to approve it and said, well, why did you do this? You don't have to do that.
Strange. I've gotten in arguments with them about the lumber I used for a deck and ramp, because it was overkill for an inspector. But he wasn't keeping in mind this lady's in one of them carts that weighs about 100, close to 200 pounds itself. And she has a family that all shows up in the same carts, and they, do lunch and all that out on the deck. And the last deck collapsed that was built to code. So, this guy wanted to freak out and cause a big scene that the lumber instead of being, I think it was 2x8 instead of 2x6. And the guy's freaking out. I don't know. Some of these, I don't know what they're thinking.
Why would they get upset if you overbuild it?
Exactly. I know. I mean, if the customer isn't complaining, what are you bitching about? But I don't, that's in this same place, the inspector cleared drywall screws on the last deck. Yeah. I went there to put a screen door in until I leaned on the wall and the whole wall moved. Not a good deal.
So Burnaby says, I'm about 80%. I still get tired quickly, but it's improving. I'm walking around the block a couple times. So he's finally starting to get over the COVID.
That's good.
Yeah,
Well,
that's good.
We've been going like 3 hours. I am going to kill it. We're down to 6 people out in the chat. So again, guys, thanks for showing up, even though we started way late. Rob D, you got anything you want to plug?
No, just thanks for joining us, and I'm sure if you like it, hit the thumbs. If you don't, hit the thumbs, and eat a salad. Avoid Glocks. Stay out of trouble.
And double down on your Glock. Sell your MMPs.
No. See, it's the flock are getting to them. My apologies for the host people. Have a great night.
Buy an HK, and everyone will be happy. So, Mr. DM Foss.
I was lazy today, so I didn't put any links, but anybody that's been on the chat or hanging out in the side chat, YouTube has a really nice function that's a search bar. Yeah, and you can look people up. Or better yet, turn on your camera, start making videos yourself, because you never know who wants to hear what you have to say.
Yep. So, hopefully I'll be back at the normal time next Saturday. Can't guarantee anything. So, yep. Everybody have a good rest of their weekend. And Misha says, what in the hell? Or what in the reloading hell is going on here? Now is Rob must be getting turned up. It's for the past his bedtime. LOL. I don't know.